Hello, my name's Kate Ryan. I'm a partner and family lawyer at IBB. I am also a resolution mediator and conduct many mediations for parties that are separating or considering separating or divorcing and having the usual very stressful issues dealing with finances, children, where they're going to live and their general future post-separation or divorce. Lockdown obviously has brought a number of challenges for everyone, including those people who sadly are in the process of or thinking about beginning to divorce or separate. For those people, perhaps they may have considered mediation, coming to an office to meet with a mediator so they can discuss the next steps, any major issues they had, priorities that they feel they need to consider as a way of trying to move forward. With the lockdown in place, obviously nobody was able to enter into an office space with people to sit around a table to try and discuss how they may progress. Over lockdown, as a mediator, I have dealt with a number of mediations which surprisingly have all gone incredibly well. I was relatively sceptical about remote mediation. I was worried that perhaps you wouldn't get the same ability to encourage and support clients remotely. Whereas when you're in a room, you can read people, you can see their body language, you can perhaps try and facilitate the discussions in many ways. And I was not convinced we would be able to do that remotely. Most people that have come to see me at mediation and have inquired into mediation over lockdown have had absolutely no issues with joining via Zoom or Teams so that we can have a mediation. The challenges that I have faced over remote mediation have been perhaps technical issues, which still have luckily been few and far between. I have not found any problems in dealing with discussions at mediation and supporting contact, supporting progression, facilitating a comfortable space for which people can feel free to discuss any issues they have. You have lots of tools available to you, such as sharing the screen, holding things up if you need to. And so in the main, remote mediation and discussions have gone incredibly well and have resulted in success for a number of people, which has obviously eased a lot of stress and tension for them during the lockdown period. In summary, mediation, for those of you who don't know, is a route to try and negotiate and resolve issues for parties that are separating or divorcing through a more conciliatory, cost-effective way. It is a channel through which people can engage to try and discuss the issues they have, to move forward in a way that feels right to them, which is often less confrontational and hostile than perhaps possibly engaging solicitors and, of course, going to court. There is also the cost that is involved in the latter two, which is removed somewhat from mediation, although it still costs to have a mediation session. That perhaps can be managed more easily for some people and can be split between both parties. So I think my experience of remote mediation over lockdown has been surprisingly positive, and I would envisage that this is going to be the way forward, just as it may be with some less complex court hearings and other meetings where remote meetings are going to be the new norm, as opposed to attending an actual office space to meet with people. I would encourage people to consider mediation remotely if they are sceptical. Certainly for my clients and for myself as a mediator, this has been incredibly efficient and has assisted those parties who were stuck in lockdown not being able to move forward because they were unable to meet face to face with their mediators to move forward, which has obviously reduced a lot of tension and hostility for them and enabled them to find some way forward in an already incredibly stressful situation.